What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants and old hate. So I was asked this question, right? And I'm glad I was asked this question because I was actually going to do a video about these two. Now, that question was, who do I think would win a fight between Dillian Whyte and Deontay Wilder right now? Now, that question, I'm going to answer it this way, okay? Basing this fight off their last performances, neither guy looked good. The style that Deontay fought just doesn't work for him. Dillian Whyte just did what Dillian Whyte does. He just looked horrible. Now, if you compare the opponents, Joseph Parker is far better than Christian Hammer. So, Wilder had the tougher opponent by far. Now, if you look at the way Wilder fought that fight, and you look at the way Whyte fought, as I said, Whyte did what Whyte always does. He just looked terrible. Wilder fought differently. And Wilder's not effective at all backing up. And I think part of what he was trying to do is not just show that he can fight on the back foot, but he was expecting Joseph Parker to run into something. I can see that clearly. They was expecting Parker to come in over aggressively, overcommit to something, get overzealous, and get knocked out, and it never happened. Parker's game plan was, different from what they expected. Now, the fact that Wilder wasn't able to say, let me go back to the way I normally fight. And see, this is what I mean about where the boxing experience and the ring IQ kicks in. So between Wilder and Dillian Whyte, I wouldn't suggest that Wilder fight that way again. And the other issue that Wilder has right now is, what is a comfortable weight for him that he can go in the ring and fight at, and he's just going to fight whoever and implement his game plan and win. You don't see heavyweights so much going up and down in weight. Some of them do. If you lose weight, it's to be quicker. If you gain weight, it's more of being able to absorb the shot better, and pretty much people plan on going forward more. Okay? Putting weight on and trying to move is not going to help. Taking weight off and moving makes more sense. But that's not Wilder's style. Okay? Now, basing off their last performance, well, Dillian Whyte's coming forward, Wilder's going backwards. But Dillian Whyte is slow. Dillian Whyte is throwing wild shots. And it's more likely for him to walk into something more so than him catching Wilder, because even though what Joseph Parker was just doing the same repetitive, jab, he move his head, he feint, duck his head, throw the overhand, and then when he get in, he's pushing Wilder backwards. And basically, he was landing shots in between, and he was landing shots in the clinch, like as they're backing up, right before the clinch and everything. Now, Dillian Whyte isn't that type of guy, and I think basically who is the less careless. Okay, the thing is, Wilder wasn't producing any punches. He wasn't throwing anything. But it's more possible that Dillian walks into something. To me, it's possible. Like I said, things can happen in the fight. But I think I would lean more to Dillian walking into something more so than Dillian landing the knockout punch. Because Dillian has no footwork whatsoever. He's slow on his feet. and Dillian Whyte gets frustrated. He doesn't know how to cut the ring off. So him coming in at Wilder, it's either going to be a boring fight that, I mean, and the way Dillian was missing, my point would be, and what, Parker was connecting, okay? It would be completely stupid for Wilder to just continue to go backwards like he was doing. Seeing that Dillian is slow. He can't really catch me with anything clean. He's landing nothing. Okay, and he's there to be hit. Whereas Parker wasn't there to be hit. So I'm figuring maybe in that fight, he and Malik Scott realize, okay, I need you to stop backing up so much. Okay. This guy has slow feet. He's there to be hit. He's not moving his head out the way effectively. When he tries to counter, he's throwing looping, slow punches, and I need you to cut the shot. Cut him off with that right hand. Because otherwise, why are you moving? You see, in the fact that he couldn't figure out a different way to approach, Joseph Parker, he never went back to his instinct of, okay, let me do what I normally do. So, looking at it that way, man, it's just a boring fight because, in a Christian Hammer fight, Dillian Whyte was missing so many punches, man. I mean, he was just missing shots. It was a very boring, dull fight and with really nothing going on. So, my point is, I can't see. He's not posing the same threat as Parker did. Do you understand what I'm saying? He's not posing the same threat. And, yeah, Deontay trained to fight Parker. Dillian trained to fight Christian Hammer, but like I said, he fight everybody the same way. Okay, he tries to come forward. He tries to be the aggressor. He likes to try to, bang. If you see Dillian Whyte taking backward steps aside, just kind of walk around, circle around, and he's not effective either when he's doing that. So, the way they both fought, it would just be a boring, dull fight. So, what I'm saying, I think that they should have the common sense to see he's not posing the same threat that Parker did. So, this is what I believe happens if that fight happens. If they decide to continue with that same game plan, either Dillian Whyte gets super careless and running or something, or he does something like he's on his slow feet, and really if he's doing that the way he fought, Wilder has no reason to stay on the back foot. He just doesn't, And so what I believe would happen is, okay, I can't say what I believe would happen because you just never know with people, man. If he continued to fight that way, I'll answer that way, and then I'll close it out with what I was getting ready to say. If he fought that way and just stayed on the back foot, either the fight goes the distance with the lackluster performance by both guys. Neither guy really landed anything significant. Do they give? I mean, of course, who's really landing anything? You understand what I mean? But the way Parker fought, White's not going to fight that way. So the way he fought against, Christian Hammer, I believe because he's so slow, I believe, you know what? Let me say it this way. Because if that fight ends in a 10, 12 round fight and they both fought the way they fought the last opponents, it just goes to a decision where it may end up being a draw because nobody's really landing shit. Or, like I said, White comes in. Okay, White comes in. Carelessly, he gets caught by something and gets clipped. Now, yeah, because that was a crappy performance that they both had in those last two fights. Okay, so I say the way they fought, either a draw or Wilder catches him and clips him. Now, this is what I think what should happen. Okay, let's give Wilder and Malik Scott the benefit of a doubt. This is what I think would happen. If first off, if he decided to fight Whyte on the back foot. Now, mind you, we're talking about the mindset and the fact that he came in 213 or whatever, and Whyte came in his fight to whatever he was, okay, around the same weight, whatever, that he always comes in at, whatever. But just say, well, his weight goes up and down due to how hard he trains or doesn't train. But this is what I believe, okay? Give him the benefit of a doubt. Wilder's on the back foot, but like I said, they realize this dude is not, he's slow. He's giving me no reason to be on the back foot. Okay, they calm that shit down. Wilder goes back to what he normally does. Stand on the back foot, like laying back, waiting like he does, and waiting, being patient, waiting. Pop the jab up. Throw the jab to the body. Throw the jab up top. Now, Wilder does throw the right hand from the very first round. He doesn't wait to camouflage it. He does, he doesn't, because you don't really see left hooks, right hooks, uppercuts. He will throw to the body here and there, but nothing's consistent with the other punches. Everything is jab with him, jab right hand. So I feel like he's doing this. He's laying back. Whyte doesn't know how to get in. Whyte's on the outside. Whyte starts lunging, and I believe Whyte runs into something. That right hand, pretty much, he gets hurt. Either he gets knocked out cold, or he gets dropped. He gets back up. Wilder jumps on him. He may or may not survive. I don't know. But somewhere in that fight, I believe, because Dillian is not, see, at one point he showed more ring savvy than Wilder. Okay, and the thing is, he throws both hands and he goes upstairs and downstairs, whereas Wilder is more repetitive with his shots. But I feel like, from what I see now, I can't really give you an assessment based on anything other than what I saw. So what I'm saying is, because Parker approach is completely different from the way Dillian, approach would be. It would be completely stupid, like I said, for Wilder to stay on the back foot for a guy who doesn't have the footwork or speed, or the game plan to back him up. Just other than just coming forward and trying to land something, and that's it. So I think Deontay Wilder would, resort to his usual, let me just lay back and wait, and especially coming in at light because he's a lot smaller than Dillian. Now, that's the way I see. If that fight was to happen, well, that would be the smart thing to do. Put it like that, because you can't give the man more ability than what he has. But I believe that's what, at some point, let's just say, like I said, to get him the benefit of a doubt, that's what he does. Okay, I don't have to, there's no need for me to stay on the back foot. This guy can't catch up to me. Okay. Now, there's no need. Wilder's not crafty to stay on the back foot, use distance, jab, move off the jab, work, move. Like that's not what Wilder does. He's not a boxer at all. He's not good at it. So this is what I'm saying. He needs to go in there and go for the knockout like he normally does, even if it means wait, lay back, but not to set back and just let Dillian Whyte, of course, not let him land shots and power points up, but that's what Wilder does, is stay back. So I think he works off the jab, just use the jab, and the repetitive right hand, it's one thing when people know it's coming. But I think that because Dillian Whyte is so easy to hit, watching that fight, Wilder got beat by Parker, but Parker was putting the rush on him, and Parker was putting those hands on him and backing him up. He's a smarter fighter than Dillian Whyte. Now, when they fought, Dillian Whyte beat Parker, but you can see Parker is not even close to what he was before. So I feel like right now, Deontay sets it, not even so much set him up. He just waits and waits. He's patient, and he just catches him slipping and come in with something. And the fact that Dillian Whyte is showing that he has problems with the range and height and the reach. So if Wilder's just popping that jab out and moving, keeping his hands out like he does, White's not good at finding a way in. and I believe he rushes in. See, Wilder's other punches, like I said, those hooks and uppercuts and all, they don't land on anything. He doesn't really do anything with that. And like I said, he will throw some body shots here and there. The thing is, when Wilder does throw a hook or uppercut, anything other than his jab right hand, he throws one punch at a time. Now, it's possible he can throw something, Whyte can counter and catch him. But Whyte is looking so slow, man. I feel like the changes that Wilder would make in the fight would simply be just doing what he normally does, because that's all he knows. Like I say, he can't box at all. And then trying to fight on the back foot did nothing for him. So within that fight, okay, let me stop moving. There's someone, and Wilder likes to keep his hands, like I said. And, he's waiting. Same thing, he's jabbing, he's moving, he's jabbing. Whyte can't get in. Whyte starts lunging. Whyte, Wilder's just moving back out the way. Because the only thing he's going to counter with is the lean, bam, that pull counter. But the same way how he caught Helenius with it, I can see him catching, Whyte, when Whyte gets overzealous and comes in, and he lunges in with that wild overhead, and he misses, and Wilder comes and chop down on top of that and catch him. That's the way I would see the fight going if Wilder did that. But if Wilder fought him the way he fought Joseph Parker, yeah, and Whyte fought the way he fought Christian Hammer, yeah, that's what I'm sticking with. That shit ends up being a boring ass draw because nobody really did anything to take over the fight. Or Deontay Wilder steps up, like I said. Yeah, or Wilder just catching with something coming in. Because I just believe that in that fight, that I would like to think that they have more sense to know, man, okay, I know you came in 213, we had you moving, but this guy's slow, like I said, and there's no reason to keep backing up because he has nothing. He's there to be hit. So, yeah, if Wilder sticks to the game plan and just move all night, a draw. A boring-ass draw. But if Wilder understands, I can catch this guy, I can get to him, and he does what he normally does, I think if he goes after Whyte, if he just comes in at 213, he's too damn light in the ass, man. I mean, like, it's possible he can, because he gets wild. And when he tries to load up with shots, that's when that windmill shit starts. And that right there, yeah, I mean, so, yeah, if he understands, it's just that, let me just be patient, let me just work off the jab, let me jab to the body, jab to the head, throw body shots here and there, stay out of harm's way, just wait, jab, okay, might be boring to people, but that's how Wilder fights. There's just always been this anticipation of once he connects, right? And I believe he's more patient, he's more patient than Dillian Whyte is. He does that, at some point, Whyte has to try to land something, right? He can't really get a clean shot in. He's not really landing much of anything. The only thing I see him really landing in Wilder fights that way is maybe here and there he lands something to the body. And I just think Wilder cuts his shot, catch him, and knocks Whyte out. And that's what I would go with. Yeah, so that's the way I see the fight. All right? Either if Wilder sticks to the game plan, I'm saying Wilder because Whyte's not going to do anything different. But the same way, he just comes forward, he just comes forward, just trying to get the knockout. And bottom line, boring fight, a draw, if they both stick to the game plan. If Wilder sticks to the game plan, because Whyte's going to stick to the game plan. That's what I'm saying. He just fights the same way all the time, and that's it. Okay? He was just a little bit better than Derek Chisora. Let's not forget both fights. Derek Chisora was ahead, was winning, was taking the fight to him. He's just a little bit better than Derek because he can catch Derek in time and get him out. And that's it. He's just a little bit, and we see Derek Chisora, what they call him, the gatekeeper, right? So he's just a little bit better than Derek Chisora. So this is what I'm saying. So with Wilder, I think Wilder just waits back. And remember, this is not the same Dillian Whyte we're talking about from before, from his prime. We're talking about now. That's what I'm saying. You saw what it said. Who wins right now? And then based off the way they fought in their last fight. So, yeah. But I would have to, I think, look, Malik Scott is not the best coach in the world, man. But I would really think that even he would have sense enough to see, like I said, that, man, there's no need to stand on the back foot. This dude, he's not posing any real threat. He's coming forward, but you can land any punch on this dude right now. You understand what I mean? And he's going to get hit flush. So, yeah. Boring decision if Wilder sticks to the... Boring decision, draw, if Wilder sticks to the game plan. If Wilder decides, nah, I'm going to catch this dude, I'm not dancing around and running, I'm going to catch him, I think maybe mid-round, late round stoppage, catches him and just, flush coming in, being overzealous, trying to land something hard. And that's the one thing you got to remember about Dillian. Even in his prime, when Dillian tries to load up, he loves to throw that right hand. He winds up, he throws it overhand, he leans forward. And what I'm saying now, watching him, even in the Jermaine Franklin fight, you could see, like, yeah, he leaves himself open way too much because he's slowing down. So Wilder decides to be smarter and just, okay, let me go back to my usual style. I think that he catches Dillian Whyte coming in and he knocks him out. That's what I think. They fought right now, and that's my take on it. Tell me what y'all think in the comment section. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.